Hi there, Pisces. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Astrogirl, and we're looking at November 23 through November 29. And of course, it's Thanksgiving in the US of A. So, for those people watching, happy Thanksgiving. It's always one of those holidays where, as an Australian, I was shocked when I first went to my first Thanksgiving because it was a very strange holiday in that it's all about the food. But then I've grown to love it, and I love the food, I will admit. And I think it's one of those holidays that it's probably my favorite holiday in that there's no gifts and, it's kind of easy and everyone brings things and there's kids and football and dogs and all that sort of thing. I think Christmas is a bit more difficult because of the gifts, what to buy people that you don't know or that what to buy people that you do know really well, especially in this time of economic, people aren't doing as well. Also, this week, there is a full moon in Gemini. And for you, that's your fourth house of domesticity, home, and family, Pisces. And this full moon is going to really bring out the domestic goddess or god in you. It's a good time to clear your house of clutter. Isn't it amazing how much clutter can, get into the back of all those cupboards in your kitchen? And if you're hosting Thanksgiving, you are going to find that out when you go looking for, the egg whisker or something that you never use except on Thanksgiving, pie trays or whatever, and you can't find anything. And you realize that you really do need to declutter, and that's what that full moon is going to help you with. And then later in the week, your ruler Neptune gets together with Saturn, which is a planet of focus and time management, and really starts to ponder the effect that social media has on us human beings, in that social media is such a strong force and very prevalent in all of our lives, pretty much all of us. It's rare you meet someone who isn't on social media in some way, for business or just to see what their friends are up to, or whatever. Most people are on Facebook or Instagram or some other site, and how it's basically chipping away at our privacy, and sharing a private thought with a few of our friends can turn into a private thought with millions of people, depending on how many times your private thought gets shared. And if it's a political thought or a social experiment kind of thought, it can have real kickback, especially politically with what's happened in Paris. People are really putting a lot of stuff up on Facebook. And whether it's a good idea or not, it can be definitely something that you would be concerned about safety and concerned about people who really strongly disagree with your point of view. Is it necessary to share things sometimes that you never know who these people are, that they could come and tell you they're not very happy with what you put on Facebook, to say the least. So it's an interesting conundrum that the more we get into these things, the more technical our lives become. The less we become, we're becoming desensitized to information. We're becoming desensitized to pictures. And I think of the picture of the girl in Vietnam who was burnt by napalm, and she's, the famous picture, and she's running down the street naked. And I think that was such an intense photograph, many years ago. And yet there's much worse photographs on Facebook now, and no one blinks an eye, because it's like we've seen it all, we've done, because it is very much desensitizing us. And I think about children looking at all that stuff. So before you press post, Pisces, think about what it is you're putting out there into the universe. That's the message of the week. Have a great week and be kind to yourself.